Oh, jeez. Because like whenever I lagged up, I kind of just like smiled and just like, yeah, just keep.
Yeah, I noticed those. I'm like, are you okay over there, buddy?
Lagging right now.
Like, are you
Brian's
really
not
enjoying this?
How much of it did you hear,
God,
Brian?
It was the worst. I just wanted to say something, but I started lagging, and then I was just like, oh, okay, shut up, don't say anything.
Do we need to start a GoFundMe to fix whatever's causing your lag issue?
I'm
It's
gonna.
his internet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
his
let's start a
internet.
GoFundMe to fix his internet.
Shit. Dang. I
Yeah.
can upgrade.
Wait, so let me just
upgrade.
the EF versus Xeon is what it was always been, right? The whole
Yep.
point is EF always wanted to be essentially oligarchical, right? Xeon is supposed to be fighting for their freedom. How did Xeon? How were they treated in the beginning? You know, like
So in the very beginning, when it was Char's real father,
yeah,
it was for their freedom. But when Girin I can't remember. I think you said it was Girin, right?
It's Degwin.
Degwin. When Degwin Zabi took over, he made it a very oligarchical or a very like imperial imperial thing. So Xeon's, not to say that the idea of true Xeon, just the true ideal of Xeon went away, but Degwin kind of distorted it for his own power. Again, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So any side, there was a form of corruption. When it was in the side of the Federation, it was the back end parties, the Anaheims, the Vists, and eventually would become the Titans. You wouldn't see the real Federation until Londo Bell came around. That was the real sense of a real Federation of we're not fighting for any sense, we're just fighting for peace.
So Walter, outside of Gundam lore, I think the actual question that Jan's asking is like, how does this really tie in with like the historical analogy kind of stuff? Is that more what you're kind of getting
ties
at?
in?
So I would say this, that Xeon, or like how Nazi Germany kind of like started off at, like, you know, if you move like a couple decades back, basically the First World War screwed over Germany to the point where the people were so fed up that they elected a crazy person, right?
yeah,
Right? Crazy. Okay, so the whole like narrative of that was basically the people were desperate. The people weren't really at fault. They were just kind of grasping at straws, trying to find something. And a person who was able to find a way to take advantage of the situation came to power. And they addressed that in the first part of Gundam, and that's Gundam the Origin. That's the part that's the section of Gundam that I'm pretty sure you watched with Gabe.
yeah.
Right?
Well,
with
Char's Rise Up, but that was nothing like Hitler's Rise Up.
No, and it's not a direct, because Char's not Hitler. That's the main thing. Char's not Hitler. Girin is Hitler.
Yeah, Girin's Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, the whole Zabi family. The Zabi family is considered to be the truest sense of what the creator was going for, of these are the Nazis. These people are the Nazis. They're soldiers under the Zabis,
Right.
It came off to me as like Mussolini-esque, though. Not very.
Yeah.
Which he was a very fascist person, who aligned with Hitler.
Correct.
But it's not.
Bitch, so.
But it's not. Well,
so still.
That's my like.
But you got to watch the first show, though. I don't think you watched the first show. You've only seen analogies of other shows.
Origin is only a small snippet of it. You have to watch the original 0079 version.
Yeah, because that original
1979
Gundam,
version.
that's what everything else is based off of.
Okay.
Right? So you're only going to get caricatures, or you're going to get extremes of, like, for example, in the original Gundam, they call the Gundam the White Devil. So you literally get that, and you extrapolate that, and you literally get demon Gundams from Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
But it severely departs from the original source, right? They just kind of like grabbed a snippet and then just kind of like extrapolated it.
Okay.
Right. So if you look at the first show, then you'll see a little bit more of like what they're trying to explain. And what's unfortunate is that even though the Gundam the Origin is supposed to be the origin, it actually doesn't really make a whole lot of sense unless you watch the first thing. So even though it says you should be able to watch this one first, you actually have to watch it like kind of last.
When they created the graphic novel for the Origin, before they made it the anime, they were just purely focusing on what you saw, which was Char's story. They wanted to emphasize basically on Char's story, what he did to get where he is, and what it would become, and all the stuff that you may not have seen if you already watched the original series that didn't cover any of this background.
Okay.
Right. So, but to answer your original question, right? Like, Zeon was originally like treated pretty poorly, right?
They were an
then
economic
they
bloc
started
that
getting
was just meant for slaves.
Yeah, then they started getting a little bit more aggressive, but then it's not quite a direct parallel to like the German USA relationship. It almost kind of melds that relationship with the colonial history of like the United States and like Britain. So at the same time, while they're trying to kind of make themselves out to be like an aggressor, they're also kind of a victim as well. And they're using slogans like, "Oh, we're gonna fight for our independence. We want to be free. You know, we don't want to be chained down."
Space noid independence. Yeah,
that kind of stuff. So it's not exactly the same. It's not a one-to-one, but you'll see lots of references and lots of snippets. And when you watch it as a whole, you'll see that it is essentially supposed to be like a World War II parallel.
Okay.
But right. And it's not going to be like every single thing. It's not going to be in chronological order either. It's so like, for example, when you saw like the gassing of the colony, right?
Sure.
Gas chambers, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's not the same thing. They kind of locked them up. It's a giant colony in outer space, right? It didn't exactly happen, the time that was supposed to, but, the analogy is pretty much there. Like, you probably have to think about it for a little bit, but it's like, Auschwitz. It's not like they named the colony Auschwitz, right? So, like that's like, you have to get this now. Yeah. But anyway, I think it would be worthwhile. It's always going to be kind of like an interesting thing to, like, in hindsight, to kind of look back, and you can kind of grasp at straws too, but that's just half the fun of it. Like, Tomina's not going to explicitly say like, "Oh yeah, this I got from like the 1947 article or something like that." And I can say like, "Oh, I got it from Roosevelt's speech to the," you're not going to get any direct parallels like that.
Yeah.
But if you do happen to remember something, it would be kind of really cool to be able to share it with us, so we can include it in the next Gundam podcast. But even if you don't really know a lot about Gundam, feel free to join us on the Gundam podcast, and we'll slowly open this up to more and more people so that they can share their insights on Gundam as a whole, because Gundam is fantastic and super fun, and I love talking about it every single week.
Alrighty.
With you guys. Right? There's some people out there that I prefer not to talk about Gundam. Yeah, eyebrow raised and L.
Okay.
But yeah. Walter, did you buy more stuff this week?
Looking around the room, nothing really has come in. There's a shipment supposed to come in next week that has all the Endless Waltz master grades, the OVA master grades. So I'm looking forward to those.
How's the weather out there, by the way? You guys getting storms too?
No. Well, I think we've moved past most of typhoon season.
Okay.
We're just moving into cold season now, so it's starting to dip down in temperatures.
Kotatsu weather.
Yeah, I've got mine right here.
Oh, nice.
I only asked because the Philippines is like getting buffeted right now, so I was wondering.
We have rain every now and then, but we haven't had any major storms recently.
Okay.
That's good. Stay safe out there, man.
Oh, yeah. Nothing here that's gonna get me down.
Yeah. You got all your Mikus to keep you warm.
All my Mikus and someone that is right across the way.
Right. Oh man, so this entry grade, man, is like the most fun thing that I've been playing.
So you actually like it?
I really like it. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. It's
because I remember at one point we were talking about you saying you weren't too sure about it.
The last podcast, Steven built it from scratch, and then after he finished it, he was just like, "Yeah, I love this thing."
It's so fun. It's so cool, and it's so stable. Yeah, it's like the $8 one, or you can go down to the toy arena and you can get for a smidge cheaper. So.
Oh, really?
Really focus on the
or you could get it from the source for $5.
Ooh, wait, what's shipping from the source though?
From Japan.
So I heard that there is there's this one, and then there's another one that like doesn't come with weapons or something like that. Is that true?
I think they may have done a limited run at the base for it, the Gundam base for it. So
because
there probably aren't too many of those.
Because man, this is like the coolest thing, and I'm so sorry, Jan, because I know you have other expenses that you have to deal with possibly, but man, if you can get your hands on this kit, like holy goodness, God, on a stick, like this thing is great. No, it's super cool. And it's super cheap, and you don't need tools, and you just pop everything out, and it's fully articulated. You just stick it on your. I just fiddle around with it on my table.
Pieces don't fall off.
No, it's super stable too. So, I mean, there's no polycaps, there's no stickers. You don't need tools.
I only asked
really cool.
One of the last HG builds I made, it didn't hold together well.
So
it's like, that's a bummer.
Yeah. So I mean,
which HG build?
So
it was from IBO. It was
of course. It's an IBO. Yeah.
It's not moving.
We were talking about this last time about how shoddy IBO kits were.
Yeah, how I do not like any of the Iron Blooded Orphans kits because they're super like not stable, and it infuriates me. What?
The Toad one?
Toad one?
The Gushan.
Fusion? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
So
the Gushan's not Gucci.
The only the only kits I had from that were like any good were the actual Barbados and the Gushan.
Did the Barbados you get, was that the MG or the RG?
There is no RG yet.
Oh.
But there is the high grade, there is the 1/100 no grade, and then there is the 1/1 master grade. So I have all three of those.
They were all good.
See, it's just Walter's rolling in it.
Yeah. So the high grade one I built, I really liked. The master grade one is still sitting in its box, and the 1/100 no grade, I started to build it and then was like, I'm gonna put this one back. It does not feel very right.
The high grade
and
one, right?
Yeah. So the no scale. But yeah, technically a high grade. It was much similar when I was building the Schwab, the gray Schwabe, whatever it's called.
Or the Schwabe Grays.
Yeah, both in high grade, 1/140 and 1/100. That both of those felt pretty bad.
Ooh.
The thigh pieces just would not stay on the frame.
Yeah,
that's sad. Yeah, I mean, I usually only like getting model kits after model kits after I've like done extensive research on seeing like how well the construction is.
Okay.
So this is like 20 out of 10. You definitely should get this.
All right.
Not even 15 out of 10. This is like 20 out of 10. This is like peak performance model kits. And I'm a cheap man.
This is what
Like
peak
I don't.
performance looks like.
This is exactly what peak performance looks like, and I'm a cheap man. I don't buy anything that's too expensive. Walter knows.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
I will spend money for this. I spent money for this. I traveled for this. This is a good kit.
And when you realize again when you're talking about it, it's only a $8 kit.
Yeah.
It's like you're talking like it's a master grade kit or something.
It's better than master grade kit, man.
Oh,
it is.
Okay, that's an argument we have to put on the list. Is the intergrade better than master grade?
Okay, yeah, here we go. Obviously it is. So why even have this podcast?
I'm sure there are some limitations that intergrade has that do not compare anything to the master grades.
If you have enough modeling tools, you can do anything. You can create anything.
Okay, a straight out of the box, no tools, no nothing.
Yeah, I would say that it's more stable. You can give it to your kid and no parts will fall off. It's easier on the wallet and it doesn't take as much space.
How old? How old for the kid?
I would probably be comfortable giving this to like a 3-year-old.
3-year-old who will shove it in
and watch them chew on it. Yeah, watch them chew on it.
Oh yeah. So I'm thinking about that actually, because a lot of the parts that would traditionally be small parts are actually layered or big layered parts. Like for example, the crest and the V-fin are not separate parts. They're actually already molded into the white of like the helmet, and then the red is like a larger piece that happens to stick out. So it's stuff like that make the construction incredibly solid, and you'll not see parts falling off.
Okay.
But that's me personally. So like when I looked at the construction of this thing, I was like crazy impressed. Like for the number of pieces that you get, but for the detail that you're able to achieve and the articulation that you're able to get, it's better than like a lot of real grades. Like if I had to suggest an RX-78 to anybody, professional builder, noob builder, never seen a model kit before builder, I would get them this model kit.
Okay. Entry grade,
$8 entry grade. Doesn't break the bank, and you can buy like 10 of them for the same price as a master grade. Yeah, that's what you all are getting for. Yeah, everybody's getting an entry grade for the next 5 years.
Jeez. What time?
Dad, I don't want to know.
Yeah, right.
It is about to become 4:00
in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to go and get lunch? Yeah.
I have my lunch right here.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can eat it here if you want.
I thought you were bringing it to your wife.
Oh no, she brought it to me.
Oh, she brought it to you.
Well, that's
brought
nice
it to me.
of Meg.
Oh, dude,
she is a wonderful wife. She ordered it without even asking me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Wait, what? 4:00 lunch though?
Well, we didn't wake up until 12.
No. Oh, okay. Does your day start later, or?
So for Saturdays, I normally don't wake up until I feel like waking up.
No, it's Saturday. I didn't know it was Saturday over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like Friday.
If it weren't Saturday, I would not be sitting here with you guys right now.
Would you be at work right now?
I'd be recovering from work.
Oh shoot.
Is work really that crazy?
Let's just say I worked 48 hours straight with a 1 hour break.
You get to sleep for that 1 hour, or?
I got 1 hour. I got 1 hour to sleep, and then I had to be back to work. Yes.
Why? Like,
because because we were doing some infrastructure changes.
So they made you stay up?
Pretty much.
Did that bring you back to your deployment days?
My whole time here has so far brought me back to my deployment days.
Oh jeez.
Jesus Christ.
That's how bad this hospital has been for me.
So the
I
one
literally
saving
think I'm active
grace
duty.
for
Okay.
being here is so that you can be closer to Japanese products.
Correct.
But now that you're stuck at home, you're
I'm
just
fucking hating it.
yeah, it's just a living hell.
It's
Wait.
like I don't want to continuously lose out on opportunities to explore, but I'm not getting the opportunity to explore.
Are you restricted to staying at home by law?
Well, so here's the thing. With being SOFA status, we have to follow the same rules that U.S. Forces Japan puts out for active duty members.
Okay.
So when they say, hey, an area is off limits, you can't go there. You can't go there.
Understood.
They will automatically start processing you to send you back to the States.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow.
Tokyo has been off limits this entire time. Meg is
Where?
enjoying it. I'm in Yokosuka.
Okay.
So Meg's been enjoying it because Kawasaki's also off limits, and that's where her workplace is. So she's been able to work from home the entire time.
Oh, okay.
So she's been enjoying this. I, on the other hand, have been like, God dang it, I want to get out and explore. So they recently started expanding the Liberty boundaries. And so there are places we could go, we could start going. The problem is Tokyo is still off limits. So I'm like, God damn it, I just want to go to Akihabara, buy my Miku figures that I want to get. I want to have no problems, but I can't even do that.
Can't you
Can
send
you go to
your
other
info?
places?
So here's the thing. I can go to other places, but it's not like they're not like Akihabara. I have snuck up to Akihabara. There's no problems there. As long as I don't do anything
Allegedly.
stupid. Yeah.
Allegedly,
as long as I don't do
yes.
anything stupid. Yeah, allegedly.
Right.
As long as I don't do anything stupid, then I
How
don't get
likely is that?
caught. Well, let's just say I'm not the kind of person to do stupid.
So is
So-
Koban looking out for you guys too, or no? Just
No.
MPs?
Okay.
Or are
That's why I
MPs
say- That's why I say if you do something stupid, then the police have to report it to the base, and then the base has a reason to process you.
Yeah. So you can go everywhere else besides Tokyo. Then it sounds like.
Yeah.
Have you made it out to like Hakone or Fuji?
So, no. We've been planning to do stuff like that, but everything's been kind of, not to say shut down, but kind of limited.
Okay. As far as
So I can't, so I technically, because of the U.S. Forces order, I can't go, I don't go anywhere, but I can't go to bars. I can't go to public baths. I can't, public baths is not a big thing because I have my own bath and shower. So that's great. You can go to onsens, but it has to be private onsens only. You can't go to public onsens.
oh, okay. Dang, that's kind of a hard find then, I guess. They're probably all booked.
In most cases, right now, the Japanese government is trying to encourage people to travel
Yeah, I saw.
because there's not a lot of foreign tourists here. So like,
Yeah.
hey, go out and explore because you can actually do it without freaking getting bombarded by 1,000 different tourists.
Oh man.
So Meg is planning a trip for us to Kyoto. Nara.
Hey, you gonna take that maglev?
I don't know yet.
The high speed rail? No.
No, so well, it's not maglev. The Shinkansens
Oh, I
aren't
thought it
maglev.
was.
Nope. They are
Um,
planning on putting in a maglev eventually, but all their current Shinkansens are not maglev.
Oh. Oh. Where in the world do they have maglev trains?
I think the only place that has one right now is somewhere in Europe.
Oh. Could have sworn
I'm
Japan.
gonna look
had
it
it.
up.
Okay.
So there is plans to put in a maglev,
Yeah.
but it has not been completed. It was supposed to be completed by time of the 2020 Olympics,
Big oof. Yeah, California is kind of
2018, they
that.
posted a video about the world's fastest maglev train in Japan. There's a video about China's 600 km per hour maglev train prototype.
Yep. Which Japan
it's probably Shanghai they're thinking of. Shanghai has a maglev train, or it's called Transrapid. It operates in Shanghai, and the line is the third commercially. Hold on, I gotta open up the stupid page now. It's the third commercially operated maglev line in history, after the British Birmingham maglev and the German M-Bahn. So Britain, Germany, and China.
UK has one?
Yep.
That's so weird. They got like, it's so small. Do they need one?
Hey, the tube only gets you so far.
They can blow their money on whatever they want.
God.
It's just going to benefit me when I eventually travel there.
Well, the UK Army is about to go door to door making sure people are tested for COVID. So I don't know, man.
It's cool. It's not any different from what I have to do for work. So, but cool.
Oh my gosh. So high-speed rail down to Kyoto, huh? Gonna be your first time there, or?
So I've passed through Kyoto to go to Okayama. No, Okayama. Because I was going down to the raceway in Okayama to watch Super GT. And I passed through Kyoto. Passed through Kyoto and Osaka. Didn't stay. This will be the actual first time staying there.
Okay. Dope.
And it's really empty right now, and Meg's like extremely excited. So we were originally supposed to go to Fukushima, because every year we go to Fukushima to be with her family. And this year, because her mom had gallbladder surgery, her mom's like, "Yeah, don't come up here." And I'm like,
"Dang it!
I want to go up there. I love Fukushima." It's like I keep telling Meg is like, if I don't go back to the States, if I just stay here, we're moving up to Fukushima, and I will live the rest of my life up in Fukushima.
So is Fukushima okay now? Since the whole reactor meltdown?
So the reactor meltdown happened on the coast.
Yeah.
The Daiichi reactor is on the coast. It is nowhere near Fukushima City.
Oh, okay.
So Fukushima City, where they live, is close to Iwate, which is in the mountains. So there was still fallout per se, but it is not as bad as what's near the coast area. That's where a lot of the concern is. They're nowhere near that.
So did they seal that area off like Chernobyl, or?
So that area I wouldn't say it's completely sealed off, but there are restrictions in place. People can go in and out to clean up the area.
Yeah.
But it's tightly monitored.
Okay.
There's a highway that goes through there that people drive through, and they have radiation counters counting sievers. And people understand the risk as they go through. It's not as bad as Chernobyl.
Okay.
Let me say that. It's not Chernobyl level of bad.
Okay.
There is an exclusion zone. It is still radioactive, yes, but it is not as highly radioactive as Chernobyl.
They weren't able to contain the material, right? That thing just melted all the way through to the ocean floor, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Dang, dude, that's crazy. You should tell a story of how your was it Geiger counter went off, Brian?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Chad. So, on base, we do X-ray to like basically punch through the part and see what's inside the part, because we shoot. Well, specifically, right today we were shooting E2C2 rudders, and we were checking for water damage within the honeycombs, right? And then like, as soon as we were like, oh yeah, X-ray on, and then like I was like doing my survey, like I heard a ringing sound, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I like look at my decimeter, but that's what measures radiation, and I was like, "Wait, it's not that. What the hell's going off?" And then I looked down, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I was, my phone was doing a voice call for like the chat, and I was like, "Oh my." I wanted to throw my phone against the wall.
Oh, was that
I
today?
so scared. I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, right. How is this? God.
So funny, dude.
I'm
It's
sorry,
like,
man.
oh God, I'm getting
I'm
bombarded by X-rays right now.
Jesus. Because everything's contained within the vault. We just checked the perimeter to see if there's any leakage. And I was like, how am I getting leakage right now? What the fuck is going on? Oh my God, I was so stupid.
It's okay, man. It's all right. It happens to the best of us. And you know what? As long as you're safe. That's all that matters, man.
Coming up from a guy who's been exposed to depleted uranium, you'll be fine. Don't worry.
Exactly. See? Walter
You'll
says
survive.
you're fine. Walter says you're fine. You're fine. It doesn't matter. You're okay.
You may have some
good.
skin sloughing every now and then, or some weird sore pain. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
worry about it.
Yeah, I'm just not going to visit you anytime soon.
Oh my
But you know, we're good.
Just rub some dicks on it, bro. You good?
Yeah, just put some Windex on. You're fine.
Remember, when filling out adoption paperwork for your soon-to-be adopted child, make sure you pick the correct time.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Exactly.
Exciting days, exciting days.
Yeah.
Man, every time they shoot too, they're like, man, I hope you don't want kids. Like, no, don't say that.
That's so bad, dude.
Oh.
So, for anyone who's still tuning in, this is a San Diego Gunpla podcast, where we have no idea what our podcast is going to be from week to week. So,
so this is still
behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's behind the scenes. Yeah.
Okay.
good stuff. But yeah,
That's
I think
crazy.
this week has been good. I think it's been good. As long as I don't think about what happened in the week, it's been good.
Yeah, as long as I don't remember Wednesday and Thursday, everything's fine.
Dear Lord, that bad.
Went back home,
get food, dude?
Huh?
Where'd you get food? You got a cafeteria there? Did Meg bring it by, or for your 1 hour between?
Oh, I came home. So here's how it worked. I woke up at 4:40 on Wednesday our time.
Okay.
I got to work at 6. I worked from 6 to 12:30 in the morning.
Okay.
My friend who was also working with me from that time took me home at 12:30. I got home. I took off my pants. I fell into bed. I set my alarm to wake me up at 3:30 because I had to be back by 5.
Okay.
I woke up at 3:30 because literally that's about an hour and a half time.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember. I woke up. I got to work at 5.
Haze.
Yeah, I got back to work at 5, and I did not leave until
midnight.
No, I didn't leave until 3 then on Thursday.
Oof. What's your commute to work like?
My commute to work is about 2 kilometers, but I'm carpooling right now because I'm not riding my bike anymore because of health concerns.
Health concerns? Or is it
I'm still having a lot of vertigo and dizzy moments.
Okay, gotcha. I hope you're feeling a lot better.
Thank you, stress.
Yeah, jeez. We have to go to the Rokusen pretty soon, Walter.
Yeah,
we gotta go real soon. It's like an anime where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go to a hot spring," and so they go and like to a hot spring area.
Ryokansen.
Ryokansen. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ryokansen. But you know what that one is, right? Because I said the wrong thing, Jen.
A public onsen.
No. So short ryokan. is basically a really fancy onsen that it has nice rooms. They basically bring you food, and it's like a Japanese version of a hotel, but with an onsen or a hot spring.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, like all those like sports anime where like they all go to like have like sleepovers and stuff, and you know they have like all the food kind of like spread out. Like they come back after like training in the mountains or something like that, and they're
eating
like
in one room, one big room.
and they all like
that's a real
sleep on the floors. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's cool, right? Like,
You hit the
Oh,
onsen, then you go
Steven,
back to the room.
actually,
What?
speaking of which, did you see what I posted this morning
what thing did you post this morning?
about
Probably not
Macross?
the NHK thing.
No. About Frontier.
Oh no!
I
What
think
did
I
you
saw it.
post? Let me hop onto Facebook really quick. Let me see. Votes are being counted. I don't want to see that.
I'll let you find it.
Okay. All right. Where is Brian?
I tagged you, Gabe.
Ryokan close by, Walter?
Huh?
Is there a Ryokan close by to where you are?
No, not really.
Oh.
Yokosuka is kind of the Japanese people could consider Yokosuka kind of a boondocks town. It's a freaking
Really?
boonies town. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It's not
Oh, what
so
the heck?
true.
What did you tag me in? Where is it?
Click the link.
It sounds like social engineering, dog. Just click the link. Do it. Type your password.
I'm on your profile and I don't see it.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm gonna send. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna send it
This
to
is
you.
a
one more
phishing
time.
scandal, phishing scheme.
I'm gonna send you a message on Messenger.
And you're gonna enter your bank account information and social
Yes.
security. Though.
Social security, please.
All right, go look. Send it to you.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
I'm like, dude.
What?
Oh.
What is this?
They announced it this morning or something, dude. I was like,
What? Macross Frontier has been announced that first solo concert in 10 years will be held in 2021.
Oh my
Yeah, don't leave me and Walter hanging. What's going on?
Oh my
My
god!
Oh, I know what they're I know what they're talking about. I'm just
Okay, don't leave me
Okay,
hanging.
I can't go to the concert.
Oh man.
There you go.
You're able to go to the concert.
There you go, Jan. You can click on that.
Okay.
So
You can click on
let's
that.
just say the concerts where they hold them are technically in Chiba, so it's not really part of Tokyo. It's
Yeah.
Chiba.
I don't
Okay.
know
Okay.
if we're gonna be able to. I don't
But it's
know.
on YouTube.
I would
It's
really
fine.
want to go, but I don't know if they're gonna be open.
So
Oh,
wait,
they'll be
Walter,
open. They'll be open. Trust me. They don't close down. All they do is they so for the Miku concert,
Mm-hmm.
everyone that had originally scheduled their tickets got
Yeah.
their tickets refunded, and then they got to reapply for them with a 50% reduction in people that could go.
Oh,
So
What?
so
What is that?
if we are still in that kind of sense of they're only going to allow certain people to go to
Concert.
Makahari Mase
Mhm.
concert hall, that they're at a 50% reduction of people that can be in there. Then yeah, you have to fight a bigger load of people trying to get their tickets. I was lucky enough to get my ticket back from Magical Mirai, so I'm happy. But I was extremely upset when they canceled my tickets the first time. I was like, God dang it, no! That was the first time that I won first try. First time I won first try, and I was like, yes, I did it. And then they canceled. I'm like, no, you guys suck. And then I got the second opportunity. Then I got the opportunity to repurchase. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it. Yes, I got it. Yes, Yes.
And then they're gonna cancel again, and you're like, no,
Don't say that.
luck.
Don't say that. No. We are only a month away. A month away from Magical Mirai. They will not cancel it because they just had Osaka. I'm not going to freaking lose this last.
And it's gonna be
a
this just in cancellation has been called.
Damn it, dude.
Walter, my question was for
deepest
people
apologies to Walter.
Oh, for people coming to Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By that time, I think we should already be out of the red phase of ramming, because they're already started restriction of movement.
Oh, okay.
So what you guys call quarantine, we called ROM.
Gotcha.
So right now, Japan's already kind of instituted a 3-day ROM period for business travelers. So if you're here on business, you only have to stay quarantined for 3 days.
But are they still restricting movement from US?
So if the person comes from the US, it's still 3 days.
As a tourist, not as on business.
So if you're on business, yeah, it's 3 days. If you're a tourist,
You're not allowed.
if we're still in that cycle of 14 days, but I highly think that we're not going to be that much longer into the 14-day restriction thing.
Man, there's a Valkyrie concert happening in December and January. They're doing a tour within December, January time, and I don't know if it's gonna be open by that time.
You'd have to come a month early at that point. I don't think
we're gonna
be out. We'll probably be out of it by February, I'm hoping.
Do it. You have the vacation hours. Do it, Brian. Do it.
Hey, I mean, you could always come early. Here, listen to me. You can always come early, and then freaking just stay at my house and wait till the concert. That way, you ain't got to pay for a hotel room.
Do it, Brian.
Hey, what a baller gift right there, dude.
Dude, do it. Do it, Brian. You can do it.
You
For the
just
December? You think I can make it December?
So here, when is it in December? What day?
I want to say, okay, I think it starts December 17, I want to say. Hold on.
Okay, that's before Magical Mirai, so that kind of makes sense because they did have a concert for one of the other Macrosses around the same time. So if you were to leave mid-November, do your 14 days.
2 weeks,
could
bro.
Stay the rest of the time. Yeah, you could stay the rest of the time at my house and then go to the concert.
Are you kidding me, dude? Wait, Walter, you're gonna be charging him like Airbnb prices, right?
Why would the fuck I would charge a friend to stay at my house?
Dude, Brian.
As long as he's paying for his own food and I ain't got to take care of and clean up after him, he knows the house rules. Then yeah, he can stay here.
God, wait. Hold on. Let me.
I may
check.
enlist your help to clean some things,
but
it will not be anything extreme.
Brian's like freaking out right now.
Wait, hold on.
Heart palpitations.
Stand by.
Sonometers.
Stand by.
I'm trying to find this stuff right now. Because I was just like, fuck, dude. I don't even know if I can. I was already intent on like not making it. Hold on. I'm trying to find this. Where is it? Oh my.
I faster.
Where is it?
Such a generous offer, Walter.
Wait a minute.
Hey, it's what I've told I've told you can ask Steven. I told him the same thing for when him and Sonny come out for their honeymoon.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Just we can't really.
My
leave.
house is my house is everyone's house as long as they clean up after themselves and they don't make a hoopla.
I guess we can't bring Josh.
Pay for their own food.
Oh, damn.
Did you say can't bring Josh?
Who? What did
you say? What? Who?
Sonny?
Huh? What?
Huh?
Can't bring who?
Man. Lordy. Yeah,
that was bad.
Oh gosh.
Is that going on YouTube too?
You can put it on there if you want. I mean,
oh, dude. I mean, like you have to tell the story though. So,
I'll just leave out names. So get to Japan.
Oh, you don't have to actually tell the story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. We don't have to.
We went straight to it.
You said it. I'm like, all right.
Jen is like, I have to tell the world. The world must know. Basically, just be kind to your travel mates. That's what Jan really wants to say. Be kind to your travel mates, and that's all that matters.
Well, the story we didn't tell is be kind.
Be kind. Be kind to your travel mates. That's it.
Yes,
That's it.
God, I can't find it. Hold on.
What you got there, Walter?
A Japanese double cheeseburger.
What? It's a McRib, huh?
It's a double cheeseburger.
I saw McDonald's. I thought it was a McRib.
Well, they do the same kind of thing like how they do in America. It's only seasonal.
Yeah. Is it a quarter pounder, a Big Mac? What is that?
Double cheeseburger.
Oh, double cheeseburger. Okay.
Yeah, it said like 3 times, dude.
Sorry, deaf. I need captions.
I know I have food in my mouth, but geez, I know I was saying.
How do you turn the captions on this thing?
That's only Skype. Skype's the only one that does captions right now.
No, Google Hangouts does captions too.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah.
I
just found out about it actually. Yeah, it's really crazy. Actually, it's very handy too.
So it'll pick up on your words.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Anything you mumble under your breath to your boss, put up on the screen. Oh my
Fire
goodness.
Jason. I mean, what?
That wasn't supposed to be read.
Where's the mute button on this thing?
Well, the thing is, Walter, you still have to do the lottery system.
Right.
So,
like any good Japanese concert.
But then, Brian, you can go to Akihabara before you go to Walter's. So you can buy Walter all his Miku stuff.
Well, I wouldn't want to commit to this trip if I don't gotta have a concert ticket.
Don't want to help out a buddy.
Because, okay, so
the guilt trip.
Wait, is it like for sure I'm allowed to go if I?
So here's the thing: if you do win a ticket, they are requiring you to put your name on the ticket.
Yes.
So as long as you have your passport that has your name on it, you're allowed to go. That's what I'm saying. You'd have to be early before anything because they will most likely ask you when you quarantined as well.
Oh. So it's not exactly 100% restricted when I land, right? It's like they're not going to deny me entry right at.
No, they are not denying any. No, they are not denying anyone entry.
Hey,
you have to. They are basically saying if you are coming into the country, you are required to take 14 days. They test you, and then you go to a hotel and you stay there.
And they watch you.
Brian, if you really want to know what the process is like, go and ask my brother because he just came back from Japan.
Okay. But he was on a business trip, though, not so much for leisure, right?
Yeah, but,
so
you might as well still ask.
Yeah.
Because he's not technically military. He's civil service. Yeah, so more or less, he's, the stuff that he went through is going to be the same thing that a civilian's going to be going through.
Okay.
So go ahead and ask him.
Days.
Because man, he almost died in that 14-day quarantine.
Shit.
It was like.
I was watching all his stories, dude.
Yeah.
He was having the time of his life. They literally delivered food to his door.
They deliver food.
It's pretty cool, honestly. Like
prison for 14 days, bro. Literally.
Yeah. It depends. Like the thing is, like with all the mobile games that you play,
you're gonna be bored.
Yeah, you're not gonna be bored. You're gonna have the time of your life. Because honestly, I was quarantined like twice, and I had the time of my life, man. Like nobody contacted me. Nobody contacted me. I just stayed at home, played all the Gundam I really wanted to play, watched all the anime I wanted to watch while I freaked out about the pandemic. But you know, as long as you don't have to freak out, then it's pretty good deal.
I wouldn't know how to. Okay, wait. This whole lottery thing though is like, it's gonna be.
So the thing is the lottery open up to overseas individuals right now?
I don't think so.
You have to have a Japanese address to enter the lottery.
Yes, I believe so.
Walter has a Japanese address.
So like what I've done with other people in the group. I can't remember her name. What's the girl's name? The girl that was in our group that's really into Macross that dresses up. What's her name?
Yuki?
I think so.
Okay, but Yuki's technically not in the San Diego Gunpla group. She should be. She's one of our friends. I don't think she's actually in the group proper.
Okay. But I let her use my address.
Okay.
What a guy.
Because, okay.
I really should be buying things from Japan more often.
I've gone over this.
I'm running out of space, dude. Like I don't know. Like, look, see, I got my fan out here, and that's already taking up all that
my
space.
God. You can move the things behind your fan and push your fan back.
Yeah, but then it's gonna mess up, you know, the aesthetic of the room.
Cheers, brother.
No representation.
Cheers, man. I cheers too, but I can't.
Cheers, boys.
I don't have a drink, and I can't drink alcohol. So, cheers.
Cheers.
But yeah, I don't know. What should I buy, Walter?
Well, it depends on what you're fancying for. What are you fancying for?
I don't know. Sonny, what do I want?
What is that?
Sonny says all the Gundams.
What is that big PG one?
The one that I'm not gonna get? Wait, what? The big PG one that's all white?
Oh, you want to get...
You mean every Gundam that exists?
No, it's like all white.
The unicorn?
That's not a unicorn. It's like huge. I keep thinking it's duodenum, but it's not. The little intestines. What is it called?
Oh, Dendrobian. You're talking about the Dendrobian.
Yes.
Oh, you can get
That's not a PG. That's not a PG.
Oh,
it's a high grade. It's a high grade.
Oh,
it's just a really big slab of plastic. Let's be honest.
But it's also like $600, isn't it?
It's like 300.
300.
Yeah. Only 300.
I mean,
chump change.
Technically, yeah, that is chump change.
Huh? What do you mean?
If you look in the grand scheme of some of the costly Gunplas that have come out,
like,
dude, now it would be crazy prices because it's like 65 cents a round. Back in the day, it was like 20 cents a round.
So was it like like what, $30 a box?
Oh,
like
what? Back in the day, it was $15 a box.
$15 a box. Okay.
Now,
but, I mean,
now
but
you're spending like $35 a box, 50.
Yeah, right. So then it's yeah. So then it's like 10 boxes, right?
God, do you know? Oh my Lord, that is so sad. Like to have 10 boxes for that cost? No.
But to put in perspective, that's how much.
It's only going to get more expensive.
It is, and so is Gunpla. Well, actually, not really. Nah, I think it is getting more expensive.
If Bandai keeps going the way they are with cost increasing.
I mean, personally, that's the reason why I'm so hyped about the entry grade, because the prices for model kits have been increasing by about $3 or $4 like every 2 years or so.
So let me ask you guys this: with the advent of 3D printing, have you guys considered printing out pieces, or has Bandai put out any 3D models?
There's no 3D models, but there's actually very vibrant communities of 3D printers who specifically do
build garage kits,
cross kits,
or garage kits, but they
garage,
specifically work on Gundam model kits. Like it's a very vibrant community, and the thing is, I don't have the space for it, and I don't really want to buy a 3D printer because outside of basic model kit stuff, I probably wouldn't utilize it for very much. It would be kind of like this novelty box that I would keep in my room to kind of play around or toy around with when I have the time.
Yeah.
And if I were to think about it, like if you were to give me the money for a 3D printer, which would, with supplies and everything, would be upwards of like $500, or the 3D printer, I'd rather take the $500.
Okay.
And so for me, that's my answer, that I shouldn't get one. But that's me personally. I know so here in San Diego, we're really lucky, especially with the San Diego Gunpla group, because we have many people who actually own 3D printers or other types of modeling or like replication devices.
Yeah.
So if we really wanted to do some sort of 3D printing, I can just send the file over to like Victor or Ryan or like anybody, and they would very gladly do that for the community. And then on the off chance I want to do it for myself, the San Diego Public Library downtown actually has 3D printers that you can rent out. You don't take it home with you, but you just set the 3D printer, you put it in the file, and it'll print it out, and you just stay there and you wait for your thing to come out.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So we're just
they have
so we're
cafes,
really lucky here.
They have cafes like that here in Japan too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
go and have a coffee and they'll print you out your stuff.
Right. So it's like, why do you want to spend all that money? Then you have to buy supplies. Then you have to wait for curing times. You have to wait for all of this stuff. Why not just pay somebody to do it, to like worry about that? Because more likely than not, it's not going to work out your first time around anyway. You're going to have.
You want to make money.
Yeah, unless you want to try to make money, right? But then in order to make up that money.
That's me and Meg's plan.
Yeah, in order to make up the money, like it's really difficult. I remember, so we had this toy, what was it? Like a San Diego Gunpla, and we had like another group that we had a collaboration with, and we had like a toy fair basically. And one of the vendors actually does 3D printed stands for Marvel and DC superheroes, and he was selling them for about $20. And I was thinking the exact same thing that Walter and Meg is thinking, like, oh, cool. Like you can actually do this, and there's somebody who's actually doing this and making money from it. And so I asked him, how profitable is this? Like, would you be open to disclosing your numbers with me? And basically the gist of what he told me was, it doesn't really make you a lot of money. Like the way that you have to approach this, like every other hobby, is that you're most likely not going to be making money from this. You're just going to be recouping some losses.
Sure.
And that's it. So he's not really selling these stands in order to like make a living out of it, which is what I was hoping to do. But if you're trying to recoup like a little bit of losses here and there, then it starts to even out. But remember, you still have to buy like all the raw material each time that you do this. You still have to spend the electricity in order to get everything to print out. You still have to put it through a curing process, which is going to take a different type of solvent in order for you to work with. And then you have to wait for the drying times for everything and whatever cleanup of flash that you have to do. So is it a good like side thing to do? Absolutely. Is it a good side thing to do and invest in when you already have a gigantic backlog? That's another podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no for Steven. For sure.
I mean, I have one sitting back there that's still in its box because I haven't set it up yet.
Yeah. Did you get an Ender Creality also?
Yeah. No, I got a Photon resin printer. I can't remember which version of the Photon it is. Any cubic Photon.
Nice. Yeah, I got a Ender Creality, and so it's like, ooh, but mine's also just sitting in the box right now too. It's I still have to buy the spools and everything, the PLA and all that jazz. But you said yours was resin?
Yeah, mine's resin. So I can get a bottle of resin for like $30. And since I haven't done any prints yet, I don't know how many prints I could get out of a bottle, but from what people were saying, depending on the size, if you're not doing anything really big, if you're just doing like small scale, you can get like a good like 200 prints out of it.
Oh, okay.
That's actually dope. Pretty good, right? For $30.
Yeah.
And it comes down to like pennies, per print.
Yeah. So that's kind of like I was explaining. That's me and Meg's plan is she's going to do all the 3D modeling because that's her job. She's a 3D graphics and graphics media. She's going to design the figures. I'm going to be the guy in the production line, printing them out, cleaning them up, and putting them in boxes. Then to let the otakus paint them. We'll sell them. We're going to sell them at freaking Wonderfest in the box, unpainted. Be like, here you go. Go ahead and have yourself some fun painting it.
Like,
give me your money, because they will give money. They don't care.
So, how does paint work with resin?
It works fine.
Yeah.
So as long as you're not using like a really, I'm trying to remember what kind of paint, but a paint that's very like harsh to resin, then it'll work fine.
So honestly, Jan, most garage kits and most like old school model kits are originally made from resin.
Okay.
Like a lot of like the old like figures that you would see like back in the 90s or like early 2000s were mostly resin that there would be completely unpainted, and you would have to go in, assemble it, glue it together, and then you'd paint it up. So most otakus know how to deal with resin. Even Gundam like third-party kits are mostly made out of resin.
Yeah,
that you'll have to clean up, and a lot of conversion kits are also made out of resin.
Yeah, they're all made out of some type of STL resin.
Yeah, so it's actually a pretty like established market, if that's what you're really asking. Like it's something that the consumer knows this is what they're going to be dealing with.
My concern was just paint coming off. I was like,
so if you're doing all the appropriate paint procedures beforehand, proper sanding, proper bottom coat, and stuff like that, the paint will stay. So
there's a lot of curing that you have to do.
I've got a kit right here that's a garage kit that's all painted up at the end of the day.
Oh wow! Oh, that's neat.
It just comes. They come in bags like this.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope, dude. That's actually bigger than what I imagined. I imagined something like D&D or chess piece size,
So yeah, a lot of people will use this for like Warhammer, D&D, and stuff like that. But then there's the people that will do scale figures, 1/7s, 1/4s. There's one artist, me and Meg follow. He does like almost like 1/3 scale figures.
What the crap? My gosh, it's just a statue at that point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like a garden gnome.
he makes some really, his models are really clean. And again, the reason why me and Meg follow him, because he makes the really like thick cultured women.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Oh,
so this is definitely the After Hours podcast.
I was imagining more Gundam, but you said thick.
No,
and then you said
thick cultured women.
4 C's.
and we both like it when he actually gets a completed figure and then he shows it. It's like, so I think the one he printed most recently was like the size of my computer case.
Holy smokes.
That big.
Just hollow it out and turn it into a computer, Walter.
Yeah, I could.
Theory.
And you just plug it in every time.
Oh no. Are we going down that hole here?
Wow, we really did go after hours real quick.
Yeah.
Let it be known that it was Steven that went down that far. Yes. Not I. I only said thick.
He also said cultured.
Culture's not bad. Culture can mean a different context of things.
See, you were
Yes, but
mind you, I've been one of those drinky too. So, oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool though. You know, if you eventually get around to it, then that'd be awesome. If you don't, by the time that Sunny and I actually visit you, then we'll just spend our week setting up your 3D printer. So.
Yeah, the biggest thing that's holding me back right now is all the freaking stuff that's in my room. I've got my bike, I've got my freaking Miku figures, and we went from a small storage unit to a next size up kind of storage unit. So we're going to be moving everything into there, all the stuff that's currently in the storage unit over to that one, and then all this stuff into there. So hopefully when that's done, I'll be able to set up a small little work table to start setting up my 3D printer on.
So you don't mind? Sorry, Jen. Oh, sorry, Mr. V. Sorry.
Okay, well, I was gonna ask, if you don't mind me asking, what does your wife use as a modeling program? AutoCAD.
So she uses several different ones. So primarily she uses Blender, because it's free. Blender's free. But she also uses Maya.
Maya?
Yeah.
Okay. Are these international programs or?
So Blender is a universal program. There's a lot of people that already use it. Maya is another one of the international ones that it's pretty synonymous with people that are doing work for movies and other type of applications.
So it's more like SFX, special effects kind of thing, or?
So that's the SFX side of it would be more of what is it called? Substance and Houdini. But the actual modeling, 3D models, Maya and Blender are pretty well known.
Okay. Just wondering. Because I was
so Maya is run by the same people that do make what is it called? Hold on, let me find it. Autodesk, and Autodesk makes AutoCAD.
Yeah.
So Maya is just there. It's not a full CAD software. It's full 3D modeling.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
You can actually dimension things properly with Maya and Blender.
Yep.
Okay. Cool deal. Yeah, I'm familiar with AutoCAD and Civil 3D and MicroStation, but those are not the only ones. I tried getting into SketchUp a little bit. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thanks. And yeah, that's about the extent of my knowledge. So I'm not familiar with how sending files to a 3D printer goes.
So it would be basically the same. You would save the file in printable format and put it on a USB thumbstick and take it over to the printer, and it would start printing it. Of course, you'd have to, once it's been modeled, you'd have to put it through a slicing software.
Yes.
Which most 3D printers come with their own slicing software to make it simplistic. Okay. So that's one of the things with the Anycubics. It comes with its own slicing software that you can import all of your different file types from for modeling, and it'll take it. It'll build the substructures. It'll build the fills. It'll build all the supports it needs to print it if it actually needs a support.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I still have to understand all of that jazz, dude. Like, I'm just dipping my toes in the whole 3D printing world right now.
Yeah, I spent a good few months studying, just watching YouTubes, reading reviews, reading guides, things like that. It's just like I was talking with Steven, I've been doing months of research on how to like set up audio equipment and things like that, to do actual like live streaming and things like that. So it's a lot of research. That's what any hobby is.
Yep, for sure.
It's okay, man. You can do it. I believe in you.
Thanks.
Or you had the support group. What was I going to ask?
Yeah. Before I so rudely interrupted.
Oh, no. I was going to ask if you were going to make a gun out of your 3D printer. And then I was going to ask Walter, if he doesn't mind disclosing this, how much do storage units cost in Japan?
So it depends on the size. So what we're running a 2.1 meter space right now. That's about two and a half tatami mats of space. And it's about, so the initial payment for all the fees is about $300. But then the monthly cost is about $240.
Wait, so where did $60 come from?
Fees.
Oh, just okay. So that's the total.
Yeah, upfront fees. Yeah, upfront fees is $300. That's your first month's, and then all the interim fees. But then you're after that, it's only about $240.
Wow. That's
Sorry, what was the cost again?
So it depends on the size. For the one we're renting, which is a 2.1 meter size space, is about $240 a month. $300 up front for the first month, and then $60 worth of fees.
$240 US.
Yeah. So about 25,000 yen a month.
Oof.
Stuff.
2.1 meter cube. Square meters. That,
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like about 1 meter is what, like 7 feet? Then
yeah,
you got that's like $3,600 a year.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if I
Well,
like
that's
my
just
Gundams that
temporary,
much.
right? You're gonna be moving your stuff into your place real soon.
So, I mean, if I stay here in Japan, I would have to definitely find a bigger house with an actual like storage unit myself, because I couldn't do that long term. I'd have to basically own my own house. But since I'm only here temporarily, at least until 2023, then it's an okay cost, because it's, in the grand scheme of things, with how much money I technically make,
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal to me.
So you're in a house right now, or an apartment? What is this?
So we're in a mansion. We're in a mansion apartment, what they call mansions. So all their apartments are called mansions.
Oh.
So think of it's really an apartment, but it's a little bit bigger than your standard American or standard Japanese apartment. I was gonna say American, but I'm like, probably not. So it's a 3 bedroom, 4 if you count the tatami room, living room, dining room, and kitchen.
Crap. Dude, that's huge.
Yeah, that's like
that's
a
huge.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a 3 LDK technically, which is in reality probably, hold on. God, how many meters was this? I don't know. I'd have to ask Meg to tell me how many meters this was. It's been too long.
That's nuts, dude. That's crazy.
So are you
Good for you, man.
with the metric system? How long did it take you to get accustomed to that?
So I mean, when you actually get accustomed to the metric system, you're almost like, man, we are really idiots for not using it, because it's a lot easier to do a lot of things with metrics than it is imperials, especially
Honestly,
like measuring things.
I
is a lot
completely
easier
agree.
with metrics. I could live without imperials at this point. I know both to a certain extent. Still not all that great with metric, but I understand the conversion and the simplicity behind it.
So when you hear metric numbers, are you converting it back to imperial in your head?
Certain numbers. There are certain numbers I'll convert.
So like 10 centimeters.
10 centimeters will stay 10 centimeters.
No, but I mean, for you, you understand, oh yeah, this is 10 centimeters as opposed to 10 centimeters equals what in inches or something?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't even bother converting it. It's just like, why would I at that point?
Okay, so you're used to it already.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because go ahead.
I was gonna say, Jan, do you normally not use metric at all?
No. None of the work I do involves metric right now. Used to. Yeah, but
yeah, everything on military base is all imperial too. So
yeah, all of science is metric.
Yeah.
So
all the rest of the world is metric, except for a
go.
few places.
The US. Best damn country in the world.
right.
Yes. And I think that's how we're going to leave this podcast. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll see you all next time.